I say greetings in the name of the Most High Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Haile Selassie, the Almighty.
What is the RasTafari Global Council's response to this incident?
Rastafari totally disagree with the actions of the constable. In fact, as far as the Global Council is concerned, and the Council of Jamaica, Rastafari Council of Jamaica, is that, the officers acted, it's misconduct and misfeasance in a public office, right? And also it's a hate crime, and also they have violated some fundamental rights, principles, and procedures, their own procedure. And if you think about it, right, Jamaica, as you know it right now, is still governed by, the Queen of England, and it's a Commonwealth country, and England signed to and ratify the Convention on Human Rights, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So under no circumstances, is this kind of actions acceptable. So what will happen now, as the mother rightfully lick out a sound, justice. Rastafari deal with equal rights and justice, and Rastafari also slew, down pressure, and when people try to keep you down from expressing yourself, because a fundamental thing is self-determination. So we have to live in accordance to our culture and our liberty. And a place like Jamaica, where a birthplace, or the rebirth place of Rastafari, the liberation movement, should have well familiar with Rastafari culture and liberty, and know it. In fact, as far as the Global Council stand, is under no circumstances you should touch a Rastafari locks. One of the most sacred things in the Rastafari way of life. The skin of Rastafari is important as well. It's so the hair of Rastafari is seen as, like the antenna. It just like it's natural to you. And the hair is a representation of his culture, of his rights, his indigenous rights. So for example, we've always been told that our hair is nappy hair and bad hair and good hair thing, right? Now, to the Rastafari, even the pride and the upfulness which, a Rastafari wear the locks, it even show that they recognize their identity. So the locks is also like an emblem of the identity. It shows who you are, just like as I mentioned, the color of your skin, like it shows where you come from, So they're expressing the Africanness, and also it's on another level which, is not many would understand, but if you look across many cultures, if you're not from the Rastafari culture and don't understand how the liberty and how Rasta connect with nature and the various ways how Rastafari do that, then this is one of the ways when Rastafari grew a natural hair and a natural locks, allowing the body to do what it's supposed to do. Just like you don't have a finger and cut off your finger, because your finger have a purpose. So the real purpose of the locks is, Rastafari use it for its purpose. So, and when you have a long history of growing your locks, like from birth, it's even more significant and more special, because your locks always show you his story and her story. So the locks is as long as it is. So even if it's that long, it's that you have that amount of story to tell, or that amount of stories within the locks. And they got long. So you imagine that a girl that never cut her, little girl that never cut her locks. She have a story from birth. Her parents ushered them into the liberty, and it's very sacred. So that history is, you want to carry that history very proudly and upfully. So, you know, I could more or less dictate a book on the locks, but for now, those are some of the things what the locks represent, which, as I said, institutes need to email the Global Council if they understand how to deal with a Rastafari. Even if it's good for universities, schools, you know, airports, police, you know, public offices, you will know. At least you need to, you know, if you get clued up. And we are Rastafari is telling you who I and I is. And, you know, I would look out for the video which explains to you how Rastafari deal with mask and vaccines, because, you know, air is very important to Rastafari. In fact, with the herbs and as many you can see across certain cultures, you have a yoga craze. Rastafari practice that kind of breathing deeply and into the core each day. It's not, we're trying to do it 24 hours a day, like when you sleep. So see the next video and understand how Rastafari stands in COVID. Yeah? And it will explain that how Rastafari, you know, actually don't, won't be able to wear a mask and needs to be exempt across the world. And when it comes to vaccine as well, you have to understand Rastafari has never took a vaccine. You know, there's nothing synthetic that Rastafari can deal with. And plus, with the association of meat and animals testing, Rastafari wouldn't be able to partake in any vaccines. So that's it first. You know, we have a information pack which can help, which we've been using to help institutes to understand and understand how to deal with our Rastafari. Like, for example, in a case like this, they should have never touched our locks under any circumstances. Any circumstances. I mean, the only circumstances you can see in a deep legal case law is where they actually see she pushed something at it and something in the offensive or something like that. You know, and you have to come with the evidence first. So institutes like the police have to be very careful and and follow the procedure and do not breach fundamental rights when dealing with the people, the citizens, are, you know, people in general. Even as public law is concerned, you know, they're supposed to accept her way of life, them like to call religion, but Rastafari is a real life. They should be able to accept and acknowledge. And in fact, Jamaican should have a full understanding, especially Jamaican police should have a full understanding of what the Rastafari culture is. You know, it's like if them see even Rastafari with him turban, you're not supposed to remove Rasta turban or touch it, right? So as far as I'm concerned, you know, she has a case compensation for damages caused, because as you can see, it caused a disturbance to her, and, you know, she's at a loss, you know. So at the end of the day, it can be taken legally. Well, people are calling on the Prime Minister to apologize, and also there's Rastafari gathering to, you know, march against the incident right now in Jamaica, and I suggest people go along to show their support and their disgust at this incident. If you look, big up the artists them same way, because as the mouthpiece and the vibration of the Rastafari, all the springs are flowing through the musicians right now, you know. So as you can see, musicians like Bob Marley, which made Jamaica famous, and Burning Spear, and you know many others, you know. And Rastafari continue to like Marley Children's and, you know, Chronics, and, you know, all of the Rastafari, Sizzla, Capleton, they you know, it's good that they show their support. You know, any artist, they want to show them support. And also, you know, we always, you know, I always is here to stand against injustice and inequality. So at the end of the day, we will support any Rastafari who's been discriminated. And that's our stance. And I'm say fire and lava. You know, wake up, people. Wake up, constables. Wake up. We're supposed to be peace officers. Deal with the peace. And all those, when you see your colleagues that might get out of line, you have to bring them in a line. Yeah? Because you're not a law, you're not above the law. Not because, you know, you get to come, you know, wear a badge and have a certain amount of training and put in a certain positions. Because that's the same thing we're wrong with the entire Babylon. You have things that could be good institutes, but yet still, what happened? The people within it corrupted. It's hate, yeah, and it's some kind of, if the chief of police and the prime minister is smart, then we deal with them in accordingly to what they have done. And once they deal with them, then they will reaffirm the faith or the people that the government is actually working as public servants. So you work for the people, yeah. Don't ever get it twisted, cause sometimes the people them think say them have to serve the government, but we have to understand the government for no say we elect. And any politician in Jamaica, any MP right now where don't like the incident as well, we suggest on a step up as well, because the people would need lobbying in order for there to be change. So some of the MP them who, you know, them have, some of them have locks, you know, some of them are represent Rast, some of them say certain things Rastafari, you know what I mean? So come out and show yourself, man, like Basil Wait, show yourself and try to lobby on behalf, you know, of the people. Because just the other day you had injustice where a girl even in Jamaica as well was refused, you know, entry to a school. So Jamaica need a reform, especially Jamaica, the birthplace of Rastafari. Don't play with the thing. So what we are saying, messages change, you know, from internal, you know. So any any police or any boy have anything against Rastafari, you know, a time for the wipe that out on the heavens. Yeah. Rastafari I work for the people and do things for the people. Peaceful, heightsful, upful, yeah. And even if we're rough, you know, so it's for a reason, because being given to slow the wicked. So when time we say wickedness are gone, I just be a fire, straight, out of fire, represents last year. Aye.